Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So the last time we were looking at the other Atari System 1 cabinet I have, the Roadrunner, it didn't look so good. We got it from Captain's Auctions. It didn't have a system board. It didn't have a power brick. It really didn't have anything. It had a monitor, so that's good. But I was able to acquire all of the parts for that system. So in this video, we're gonna figure out, can we save it? Now we may not put all the parts inside the cabinet in this episode, so it might be 2 parts. But my goal here is to test all the parts that we got, so we're gonna unbox those together and see, do they all work? And if they do, then maybe we can save it. Okay, so we're in the guest room downstairs in my house, and this room sort of becomes spillover for kind of arcade stuff, project stuff. It's not okay. I gotta clean it out of here soon. But I've had this box in here for a while. This was the box where I was able to obtain the Roadrunner PCB, which is the game cartridge, the actual main system board for the Atari System 1, and then the control panel. It seems like, I'm surprised it will all fit in here, so hopefully it's pretty well packed, but we're gonna open it up really quick. The architecture of this is pretty interesting, and you know, I don't know, if you've never looked at a System 1 before, then you may not be aware of, you know, it's not super complex, but I guess they did it that way because they wanted the architecture to be modular, you know? Which makes sense, but they never really released as many games on the platform as I think they wanted to before they moved on to their next architecture. Anyway, okay, so let's see what we got in here. The control panel is right here. Oh wow, the control panel's in really good shape. Oh man, that looks good. Oh, he wasn't joking. He said it was in good shape. Look at that. That's in great shape. And here's what's cool about this. So this uses a Hall effect joystick. So this joystick, it's like almost like a 50-way joystick. So you know, you can push it in any direction. So it's sort of like an analog stick in a way. But what's cool about it is, on Roadrunner, the more you push in this direction, the faster Roadrunner will run. So that's why if you ever tried to play this game under emulation, it won't play right with an 8-way joystick. So if you've played it on an 8-way stick and you're like, this game sucks, or it's too hard, it's because you're not playing it with the right controller. So this is a game that under emulation doesn't really work well. So anyways, it has the 2 buttons right here. This looks good. Like, the artwork is good. There's the back of it. The back side looks great. And you know, there's your 80,000 connections that go to the main PCB. Okay, so I'm happy about that. That looks really nice, and it's in really good condition. And everything was advertised as working, so we're gonna set that aside because I wanna see the main board here. Okay, so, wait, where's the main board? Oh wait, I didn't order a main board from him, that's right. I had a main board. I have a main board, that's right. I don't think I ordered a main board from him. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. It's just the game board. Hopefully. I hope that's what the deal was that we worked out. So this right here is the cartridge. So believe it or not, this gigantic thing is considered a game cartridge for the Atari System 1. This is a game cartridge. So you can see all the game ROMs on, or the ROMs for the game here on this. And you'll see in the corner, I'll do a close-up for you, but it says Roadrunner Atari Corporation, you know, 1985. Another cool thing about this board that's really neat is they designed this board with standoffs, and these standoffs are so you can test the voltages of the main board and the game board. So it's really neat. So when you're hooking this up, we're definitely going to want to use those. So, because I'm going to use a switching power supply, and then I'm going to use the power brick that I got. Now the system board's over here. I'm going to grab this real quick, and I'm going to move this box out of the way. Okay, so this gigantic thing is the Atari System 1 main board. It's huge. And you can see right here, there's 2 connections right here, right? These 2 connections or connectors is where the board, the PCB for the game itself or the cartridge plugs in. So it goes in like this. So you need all of this to run the game, but the cool thing is if you have another game board, you can remove a game board and put the new game board on, and then you just replace the control panel with the control panel that you need. Now this isn't all you need, there's a lot more. So far we have some pieces of the puzzle. We have the main system board, which you want to be careful with that. We have the cartridge, right? So that's what you need for the game itself. You have the control panel, right? Then you need the wire harness and the power brick. Now the wire harness, well actually there's one more thing. you need what's called the, it's actually, this one's called the Audio 2 board. So this is actually a brand new version of the Audio 2 board. So you need one of these. This is your audio amplifier. And you need a wire harness for that, which I was able to buy off Etsy, believe it or not. Someone does reproductions. And then the rest of the wire harnesses are in here. You have all those. Some of these go to the monitor. Some of these go to the speakers. We're gonna have to figure this all out. I'm pretty sure I can use my Road Blasters as a reference. They're slightly different. And then you have, this is actually the Roadrunner control panel harness, but this is just an extra because lucky for me, the control panel harness is already on. The last piece of the puzzle is the power brick. So the power brick has your isolation transformer on it. Why that's important is you can't, in most cases, you cannot plug a monitor into wall outlet AC. You need to run it off of an isolation transformer. So AC comes into the isolation transformer, and the isolation transformer goes up into the monitor. That's very important. In the early days when I didn't know what I was doing, I was trying to test a monitor without an isolation transformer, and I basically blew out the whole monitor chassis. So yeah, lesson learned, don't do that. So I'll go grab the power brick and show you what that's all about. But basically these wire harnesses plug into this power brick to power various different components of the main board. Now, one of them on the main board is, there's a adapter right here, and you're gonna see this little connector right here. There's a wire harness that goes from that to, I think, the power brick itself. I can't remember how exactly it goes, but I'm gonna go get the power brick so you know what I'm talking about. But right now you've seen almost all the components that it takes to build this thing. Okay, so this really heavy thing, that's the isolation transformer, this big guy. And it has a really giant capacitor on it too. This thing is really heavy. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace this capacitor because these go bad over time, and there's an upgrade kit to replace this. So I'm not even gonna wait for it to go bad. I'm just gonna replace it and eliminate that from the equation. All the, oh man, this thing's freaking heavy. All the fuses look good, but yeah, all those harnesses plug into this, and then you go to different various places within the board. One of them being the monitor, the main board, the amplifier, and so on. So we have all the parts to put it together. Now the question is all this stuff gonna work? Supposedly everything was tested. It all is said to be working. So we'll hope for the best. All right, guys, let's move on to phase 2. What's phase 2? I'm not sure. Because when I make videos, I have absolutely no script or direction. So what happens next? I'm gonna think about it when I shut off the camera. All right. Okay, so all we're gonna need for this project is the actual unit itself. We need a Phillips head screwdriver, and then we're gonna use this. This is our replacement capacitor. This is the blue, big, or what is it? Yeah, big blue. So we're gonna need that. So for some reason on these particular systems, or these particular power bricks, people will replace these, but they'll leave them on and they'll run wires to this externally, which I think is super sloppy. Like, it's not like it's a big deal to do this. So you can get this thing on arcadepartsrepair.com. It's called the Mega Deluxe Cap Kit for the Atari Power Brick. So there you go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna flip this over, and you're gonna see there's the wiring there, right there. And this does have polarity, so here's your positive side and here's your negative side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna disconnect these wires and then try to take note of what's positive and what's negative, because we wanna make sure we don't mess that up, obviously. We don't wanna reverse the polarity of this thing. That would be bad news. So we're just gonna unscrew this, and we should make sure we keep track of what your positive and negative are. So I'm gonna take these, I'm just gonna move these off to the right-hand side, and I know those are gonna be my positives. So the other thing too is they're all orange. So orange is gonna be positive, purple is gonna be negative. So just remember, orange, positive, purple, negative. They should be colored similar or the same way on your system as well. If not, just keep track of positive and negative. Maybe you want to label them. That might be a good idea. So, all right, so we gotta remove that. And there we go. So we got our positive and negative side removed. So what we gotta do now is I'm just gonna loosen the cap from underneath here. It does look like I'm gonna need a wrench to do that. So just bear with me a second. I'm just gonna get a little wrench to unlock that really quick. Basically, I'll show you what I'm doing here. Let's turn that a little bit. So just loosening this little nut right here, just so I can get in there enough. This is a really big pair of pliers for this job, but I just need to give it just a little twist. So I should be able to get in there, I think, with that. There we go. So just needed to loosen it enough that I can, it's not quite enough, let's see. Uh-oh, it's almost enough. I have every tool up here but that. What the heck, man? I have every tool but that. Of course, why would I have the right tools for a job? Why? Okay, I think I got it. I keep saying that and it's not coming off very easily. Well, I lied to you. I said you only needed a screwdriver. This is so classic me. All right, let me get it, see if I find anything up here to remove that. Okay, this should do it. It's really small, this area that you have to work here, so I should be able to get it with this. My gosh, man. Come on, dude. Why'd they do this like this? Oh, there is a flathead on one side. Ah, that's lovely. This is just Retro Ralph to its maximum level, where I don't have the right tools to do something, and now I'm just taking a job that takes 2 seconds and making it a million times longer. There, okay, we can fit it out. We can at least get it removed now. Remember, purple was negative, orange was positive. Shimmy this guy out. This is what happens when you have rinky-dink tools. Yeah, all right, it's not coming out, but that's cool. I was talking smack, and this is the reason I can get the damn thing out. It's like funny, because I have the right tool for this downstairs, just a hop, skip, and a jump away, but we're not gonna go down there, because I'm stubborn, and I wanna do it right now. Purple was negative, right? I'll have to go back and watch the video. Pretty sure purple was negative. All right, so I think we can fit the new one in there. Let's see. So we're gonna take the new one and we're gonna put it into here, and it's gonna need to be opened up, I think, a tad bit. I think we're gonna have to open that up a tad bit more. Okay, there we go. That should just go nice and easy. All right, there we go. We finally got it through. All right, so we're just gonna push this cap through. There we go, okay. Perfect. It was orange positive, purple negative. So we wanna put this about like this. So remember, the negative side is gonna have this strip on the side. So it's indicated by this little, you can sort of see it's like a band. So purple's negative. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just unscrew this one part of it here. And then we'll get it all put on here nice. And then we'll tighten up that last section there. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put all these purple connections on the screw, and then I can screw it back down. Just make sure they're all the negative connections. We don't wanna mess this up. This would be bad if we messed up the polarity here. So we're just gonna put all the negative connections, and then we're gonna start to screw it down into the terminal here, and we should be good to go here in a second. Now, one thing you wanna make sure that this screw isn't gonna hit the metal plate. So we're gonna wanna make sure we don't mount this too far down, because it would short if it was gonna hit the metal plate. Now, I don't have the metal plate on it right now, but there is a metal plate that goes over it. Okay, so we're gonna get our orange wires now, and we're gonna put our orange wires on this other terminal right here. And then we should be pretty much good to go. Okay, so let's unscrew this guy. We're doing pretty good. We had a little minor setback, but we're doing pretty good. So remember, all of the orange connectors are gonna be your positive wires. And then this will be finished, and then what we'll do is we'll go downstairs and we'll test. I'm gonna test the PCB on the Road Blasters cabinet, because that already has a System 1 board in it, so it should be fairly easy. Okay, now make sure that none of these wires are touching, and what I'm gonna do is make sure, like I said, I wanna make sure that these wires, the top of the cap isn't gonna hit anything so it could short out. So I wanna push it like about right there, and then I'm gonna screw it down from the other side. So from the other side, there's just a screw on one side of the bolt there, tight. Again, we definitely don't want it to short out. That would be bad news. So as long as we get it snug enough that it's not moving, then we should be good to go. And again, I don't know why people, I mean, it is a harder cap to get out, but I don't know why people would not mount it this way and mount it on the outside. So go figure, I'm not really sure why someone would do that. But anyway, so now we got a nice cap, which has some nice clean power to this thing. We shouldn't have any issues with power at this point. So there, that is finished. We got our nice new cap. It's installed correctly. And now we can go test the PCB and see if it works, the game board. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our running Road Blasters, we're gonna open it up, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually see if that Roadrunner board works, because like I said, this system is modular. So here's the system board and there's the cartridge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this cartridge, which is the Road Blasters running game. And by the way, there's what I meant where people get lazy. See, that's the old cap and they just move the wiring to this one. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they did that, but anyways, some people just, I guess, don't want to replace that one. But anyways, so we're gonna remove this cartridge, plug in the Roadrunner cartridge, and make sure it works. So I'm gonna go grab that real quick. For sake of time, I'm not gonna show the unscrewing of this. I'll just show the attaching of the Roadrunner one. So I'm gonna be right back with that. Okay, so here's the Roadrunner PCB. So what you do is you just sort of get it underneath these two connectors, and then you just gently press up. Sometimes you have to give it a little bit of force. There, it's attached. Now I'm not gonna screw it in for purposes of this, and then you need to install this connector right here. Now I'm not gonna go as far as to put the control panel on, so I just wanna make sure that the board works. So let's power it up and see what happens. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. Alexa, turn on Road Blasters. Come on. Uh-oh. I hear it. Oh, there it is. Yes! Okay, so the board works. That's good. That's good stuff. All right, I feel like we accomplished something. So, sweet. I wonder what it would do if I pressed the gas pedal for Road Blasters. Nothing, I guess. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can steer with the... it doesn't do anything. Anyway, I'm pretty confident that, damn it, I'm gonna get the control panel fine. Okay, let's test the control panel and see if it works. We might as well now that we've gone this far. Okay, so I went and got the Roadrunner control panel. I put it on here and we'll just see if it works. I plugged it into the right ports on the system board, and this will be the test. We'll know if the control panel works, we'll know if the game board works, and we should be good to go. Alexa, turn on Road Blasters. All right, there we go. Let's press, it's on free play, I assume. Okay, there it is. Let's see. Oh, looks like it's working. All right, I'm missing everything because I'm trying to film and do this at the same time. So, all right, we got to end this video. This video is way too long. Okay, so what I'm happy about is that this obviously works, so that's good. So the Roadrunner PCB works. We fixed our power brick, so we should be good with that. And yeah, now we just got to take all the parts and put it into the actual Roadrunner cabinet. So that'll be part 2. All right, guys, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Put your comments below. I want to hear from you. And that's it for now. We will see you on the next one.